Howdy do. League released a video called Skarner's Skins and Quick Play. It's a dev update. More of these that they've been planning to do for a while. And what we are going to do is react to the information in this video. Before we begin, make sure if you want to go watch their video entirely without interruptions, because as we go through, I'm going to be pausing it and talking about these various things, my own reactions. The title again is quite literally Skarner, Skins and Quick Play dev update League of Legends. It should be like the recent video on their channel too. Make sure to go over there and comment and like and subscribe for them. And if you enjoy this video, like and subscribe over here as well. Now here we go.
Hey everybody, we're back with another dev update video.
Already off to a good start. I know I'm not going to keep pausing it that frequently, but I will say it is one thing at the beginning of the year that people were saying was, hey Riot, even if things are going wrong, just communicate with us more often. So this is kind of nice to see. Off to a good start. I'm not going to pause it that often though, but here we go.
Today is March 8th. My name is Jeremy, aka Riot.
Okay, it's like March 17th. So this video was recorded about a week ago. Okay.
Later in this video, we're going to introduce you to another member of our team, Liu, who's the game director of League of Legends.
Nice. All right.
Let's talk about some champion updates.
Good.
So, as we've mentioned
Probably what we're all here for.
We're looking to do more champion updates this year and in the future. And we wanted to give you an update on one particular types of those, mid-scopes.
Okay.
Champion updates, they're not one size fits all. Different champions have different needs.
Which makes sense.
It's the art, for others it's gameplay, for some it's both. And mid-scopes are a focus on gameplay in particular. Champions where we think we have a lot of opportunity or a lot of problems to fix. Now that we've got Udyr out of the way though, she jumped to the front of the pack is a bit of a problem in all skill levels across League.
That is correct. I'm going to pop that in there real quick. For a lot of people, I don't know how often people keep up with blogs, especially if you really just play the game, like you not watch the pro scene, etc., which is fine. But yeah, there's a lot of champions that people have still been wondering, when are they coming out? Like I said, Skarner is in the title, for example. There's a couple champions that have just been on a list for a while, and people are starting to get a little angsty about, when are they coming out? However, Yuumi was such a problem that instead of being towards the back of the line because she's a newer champion, she literally jumped to the very front of the line, and Riot was like, we need to fix this champion right now, or else, this is going to continue to be a problem for balancing forever. I'm imagining Zeri's moving on up there too. Maybe they finally actually did enough with Zeri because they weren't in the last patch notes. We'll see. Also, before I unpause, is that Minecraft? Is that the title screen for Minecraft on the right side there on that monitor? That person's playing Minecraft. I don't know if they expected people to pause the video and watch, but they're playing Minecraft.
We can focus on a few other champions. And right now we're working on Rel, really trying to help her live up to her mounted knight, lancer fantasy sort of thing that we think is pretty compelling.
Great knight. I did not need to hear the word knight.
With still pursuing her passive that lets her transform into a wide range of things across the rift.
Okay, that one's cool.
Monsters, etc.
Imagine getting ganked by a minion, and it's just Nico.
Changes for Daisy there.
Ooh, Ivern? Okay, Ivern's an interesting one. Okay, I want to pass an idea off to you guys. You guys can say this is a bad idea in the comments too, by the way. What if Daisy just got to mimic whatever Ivern was doing when Ivern summoned her? So when he throws out the little grass tether or whatever, Daisy also threw one out. So it was a bit of a skill expression because you had to use the one controls to maneuver Daisy if you want it from different angles. But what if Daisy just did more things that Ivern was already doing when you summoned Daisy? Because right now they hit you 3 times and the 3rd time knocks you up. And it's kind of like Tibbers. That's kind of it. But even Tibbers now, they wouldn't change. At least have the fire shield that Annie does, right? So I wonder what they're going to do there. What do you think of ideas like that? Not that specific idea, but just like kind of enabling Daisy to kind of be more like what Ivern's doing. So that makes them more of a threat from anything from CC to just tankiness, etc. What do you think? Comment.
All of those at a later date as well.
Now, even though Skarner is not a mid-scope, we wanted to give you an update today. Skarner has been taking us a while because, let's face it, he has a lot of challenges.
He does.
Bracken, the crystals, the scorpion of it all, none of these are super clear.
But the spires, though.
Really that compelling.
You got to keep the spires, am I right?
Ourselves a lot. What do we want to keep or change from his kit?
It's definitely the spires.
Keep the spires.
Not the spires.
Okay, I'm joking. Probably not the spires. Skarner's interesting too because I'm going to be honest, I didn't get all up in arms like everyone else did about the whole Seraphine Skarner thing. I'm not going to pretend like I suddenly cared about Skarner just to dunk on Seraphine. But at the same time, it is interesting, right? There is actually a whole thing of lore there to explore that would be interesting to see what Riot does with that, as with a lot of champions. And some champions in the past, that's been the complaint, is that the lore has been completely changed, and we were kind of excited to see an expansion of the existing lore instead of new lore completely. But in this regard, there's such little already there that you would imagine they would just expand, because they don't, we don't know anything. what is a Skarner really? Like, I guess he's a scorpion or a crystal shaped like a scorpion. What is, you know what I mean? That could be cool.
So
Couldn't find the play button.
Has been taking a little bit longer, like I mentioned, and so he's going to come out later than we had hoped. But today we're going to provide some more information on how it's going. So
okay. Well, if I would have just let the video play, they might have answered my questions for me. Sorry.
As well as some thinking about our game design changes, narrative updates, and new art direction.
Now, when it comes to skins and event themes, something we're pursuing this year is trying to get more new themes being explored.
Okay.
The first example of that, Fairy Court,
which looks fire.
PBE or going live soon by the time you see this video. We've also got a couple of new things.
I'm fine with a bunch of Star Guardian and Project skins myself, but I understand the community kind of wants diversity.
And the other will be the largest summer event in the middle of the year.
Oh, this is just a side note. Any of y'all that are watching that are in the UK, MSI is going to be in the UK this year. So 2 months from now in May, if you're already in the UK, especially, I think it's actually just straight up in London, tickets might already be on sale, whatever. If you wanted to see an event in person, that's about as close as it's going to get if you're over there across the Atlantic. So there you go.
In addition to exploring new themes, we're also making some skins for champions who just haven't got some in a while and need a bit of love. Udyr, Shyvana, and Mundo are the new 3 to call out there.
Ooh, Mundo, huh?
Finally, skin-wise, we actually want to call back to the Wild Rift skin transition thing we talked about last time.
Okay, yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one.
Looking like we should be able to get the first set of skins over from Wild Rift sometime around July at a rough guess. In addition to Star Guardian Seraphine, who we mentioned previously,
okay, this is good stuff.
Senna and Star Guardian Oriana. Redeem Zaya and Rakan will then follow in a later batch later in the year.
Okay, so real quick, they announced, in case you were one of the people that were there at the beginning of Wild Rift's launch, that Wild Rift would be getting like exclusive skins, and they have been getting exclusive skins, and the skins look great. Of course it looks great. League was made in 2009, Wild Rift was made in 2020. Why isn't that like the understood thing that PC would look worse than something made in the last 3 years? I don't know. But furthermore, just the idea is, but these skins they said would eventually come to PC Rift and be ported over, and they kind of haven't been in 3 years, and now Riot did announce in the last patch, and this is kind of confirming it, they're going to start porting some of those skins over that were exclusive to Wild Rift. It was kind of like an exclusivity thing to make you play Wild Rift at first, and then PC would get it later, the same way consoles or PC, they might be like, oh, we're releasing this game on PlayStation for the first year, and then afterwards it'll go to Xbox and PC and stuff afterwards. To kind of reward those that are already on the thing, but then also eventually give the rest of the player base that might be interested in it that thing. So, there we go.
So something we've seen you ask a lot about lately is the Blue Essence Emporium. So
I never ask about the Blue Essence Emporium, but I'm glad you guys are addressing the people that do.
Take it down, do some technical work on it before being able to bring it back to you all. So we've been working on that. We've revamped the tech that supports it, and we're aiming to bring it back this summer.
Ooh.
That's not a guaranteed timeline, but it's
sooner than I thought, though, so that's fine by me.
That version that you see this summer will be pretty similar to how it was before, even though it's going to be functioning a lot differently under the hood, so that we can make some cool changes to it in the future.
And now we'd like to introduce Pooh, who we mentioned earlier, who's going to talk about some of the longer-term investments and decisions we're making for League.
Nice.
Hey y'all, I'm Pew, aka Pew Pew Lasers, and I'm League's game director.
Nice to meet you.
My role on the team is to help us understand and serve League's diverse audiences. Whether you're a master level ranked player, which I am not, an ARAM main,
me neither,
or someone who's just excited to play your favorite champions in different ways in League of Legends. What y'all want from League changes over time. And as the team working on League of Legends, we need to learn with you and change with you in order to give you guys the best experience possible.
Right.
As Kozak says, change is good.
Change
So an example of change coming up is quick play.
That's more of a Palpatine.
Blind pick is the least popular queue in League of Legends.
I hate
and
blind
it's actually
pick.
getting worse over time.
Yeah.
We want to evolve that into quick play in order to give you guys what you want about blind pick in a better way.
You mean like Overwatch?
So similar to the old team builder, we're going to allow you.
Oh, I loved old team builder. Oh, don't hit me with this. Don't hit me with that.
Get at least one of those in your next game. The queue's gonna pop. You're gonna see which champion or role that you got, and you'll go right into the gameplay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to try and let the rest of the video go after this. But if you're a newer player, what Team Builder was it was a queue where you would go in, you'd queue up for a role you want, and then you queue up for a champion you wanted to play. This is how I got a lot of my 80 carries to Mastery Rank 5 back in like 2016. It was way back then. So, I mean, we're talking over half a decade ago. Like, honestly, like 7 years ago. But anyways, this is how the queue worked. You would queue up as for a role. You'd queue up for a champion you wanted to play. And then you would be going to a queue, and then some people would have like a lobby, and then they would like accept people in the queue into their thing. They're like, oh hey, I'm a top laner trying to play Darius. This person over here is trying to play, jungle Lee Sin. Cool, need that. This person's trying to play AD carry Jinx. We need one of those. We need a mid laner or support. And the queue would kind of facilitate some of this for them as well. But then like you could kick people out. You're like, oh, I don't want to play with AD carry Ezreal. Why? I want a hyper carry, so I want Tristana, which would kind of suck a little bit if you're trying to play Ezreal. When I was trying to play Ezreal, for example, I literally was playing AD carry Ezreal, and I literally kept getting kicked from lobbies because people were like, I don't want to play with AD carry Ezreal. He's a jungler right now. Play him jungle. I'm like, no. So I mean, there were some cons, of course, but that was the idea. And so I brought up Overwatch. Hopefully this ain't clickbait if I put Overwatch in the thumbnail, but like, I don't play a lot of Overwatch, but in the squad I got friends that do play a lot of Overwatch, and so sometimes they'll be like, hey, play Overwatch. I'm like, all right, fine. And that's kind of how it works. You queue up for like a DPS role. You don't actually pick your hero. I think they call it heroes in Overwatch. You don't pick your hero, but you do pick your role, and then you go into a queue, and then there you go. It pops, and then once you're in there, you pick what you want to play. So that's how old Team Builder worked anyways. And I imagine if it's quick play like Overwatch, you probably would just pick your role. So you go into this like, okay, I want to play AD carry. And then when it pops, then you play or pick from the pool of AD carries or something of the likes like that. But that would be interesting because blind pick sucks. I hate blind pick personally. I don't like blind pick. It's in the name. You just go in blind, and I don't care about not knowing what the opponents are, sure, but like the fact that it's still the only mode in the game that's still call order, which means you got to call out what you want to play before everyone else does. And depending on latency, that's rough. So that said, that'll be interesting to see. I wonder what that's going to be like, if it's going to be like Overwatch and how they do that. And the few times that I've played it, I do enjoy how Overwatch does it. I know Blizzard has other issues that we're not going to talk about in this video, but yeah, that seems interesting, and I like that idea. I don't know if they're going to let you see like the other team. Probably not. It's probably just going to still be your team, but that should probably like weed out the call order. Call order can finally die, like the archaic system that it is, that no other mode in League has, by the way. So
we're excited about this, and we're going to test it in a few regions in the coming months and see if y'all like the direction. If you do, we'll work with you to refine it and make sure it's as good as possible.
I
in order to make your experience
might
better.
like it enough to try it, yeah.
Another thing that's going on is that starting on April 4th,
I'm more of a
League will no
draft
longer
pick
be
player.
supported by 32-bit operating systems, meaning that players
32
will have to move
bit.
to 64-bit.
64
bits.
bits.
Scary, but this actually impacts less than 1/10% of players worldwide. If this affects you,
I'm
you'll
gonna
get a
be real
message
dog. I got no
starting
idea
in
what any of that
patch
means.
13.7. This allows us to help move League into the future. There's a couple of areas we're immediately targeting, such as improving security features, our anti-cheat, and bot detection.
Oh, actually, that's
this allows
actually
bigger
like some of the
dreams,
big
bigger
three
possibilities for League
problems.
of
So
Legends, and we're excited about what we can do with experience. That's it from me. I'll hand things back to Medler and Brightmoon.
As a reminder, if you're interested, please do check out the blogs we've got on Midscopes and Scanners VGU, which are also out now.
We'll be back to check in with you again soon. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you on the Rift.
Thank you all.
no. You know what? Thank you, because honestly, like I started this video, it's just good to see them communicate. That's great. Like at the beginning of the video, just the fact that they're doing this more often. I said most of what I wanted to say throughout the video, so we can kind of wrap this up and get you on your day. But yeah, there's a lot of things in here that are good. I think I could put SKARNER in the thumbnail. I could put Overwatch in the thumbnail, and I could probably put like one more other thing in the thumbnail, and it should be fine. I hope. But on all seriousness, okay, cool. Skins coming from Wild Rift. That's something people have been wanting for a while. Even the new system, 64-bit to go after anti-cheat and stuff like that. Great. SKARNER, finally. Skins for older champions that haven't got them yet, like Mundo and Shyvana and Udyr. Great. And then the quick play one is going to be really interesting to me. I'm actually really interested in it. I don't know how much I'm going to play of it because I'm more of a draft pick kind of a guy. But maybe if it turns out to be good enough, like part of the appeal of blind pick, and blind pick's not really defense, but like the idea, right, is that it's supposed to be you get into League of Legends quickly. You go in, you're already in champ select, you call order, you pick something, you're good, you go. Even ARAM's kind of slow in that regards, and ARAM gives you a random champion. ARAM should not be like a 70-second queue, by the way, I'm just saying. And then someone dodges at the last second, and then you have to start the 70 seconds all over again. It should be like 40 seconds. You already get the champion. All you have to do is re-roll, maybe change some runes. You're good to go. That's it. There's no strategy. You don't see who you're playing against. ARAM's queue should be like half as long as it is. Mainly because of dodging. Anyways, that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up and say, what are your opinions though? Put them in the comment section down below. Remember to go to their video and like their video and support their video too. But that's all from this video from me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next, because life can have a lot of kinks. So until next time, take care, ggGetJinxed. Thank you for watching and enjoy pizza responsibly.